Hey everyone, time for another episode of Just Hangin', and this is the tradition, unlike any other, as far as Just Hangin' is concerned, our annual Just Hangin' with co-executive producer, co-founder, Oscar Award winner of Just Hangin', Joseph Nicholas Gallo. Joey, thanks in weird times for still making time to do this.
Yeah, no, it's definitely different than usual, but always got to find time to get this segment in.
So, is this the fourth time? This is the fourth one we've done, I think, right? Is that right?
That's what I was thinking the other day. I think it's the fourth.
Okay. So, because it's the fourth, we've asked most of the questions. So, I actually had to come up with some different questions to ask Joey. So, the only thing that will be similar at the end are teammate identification, just because it's a different group of guys. So, could be some different answers, but we'll start with some different questions. Joey, your favorites. What is your favorite accent?
My favorite accent?
Yeah.
Like talking accent?
Yeah, like you love hearing people with what fill in the blank accent.
Ooh. I think I like Australian accents a little bit. Like it's not a lot, but I like that. And then I kind of like the English accents, like I guess the UK.
Yeah.
I remember I watched like the I think it was Love Island. It was like UK edition, and I like the accents were like so. The girls sounded. I love the accents of it. So I think I'd have to go with either one of those two.
Okay, two things. One, can you give us an example of an English or an Australian accent?
Jeez. I guess for Australian, be like some shrimp on the barbie, mate. Or what is the shrimp on the barbie? Some shrimp on the barbie, mate. We actually had a guy from Australia that we played with our first couple years in pro ball. His name was Guy Edmonds, and I played with him in Spokane. It was so funny just hearing him speak every day. I kind of got to see that accent in person for a while, but that was 8 years ago or so.
Okay, second thing, Love Island. So are you a big reality TV guy?
I guess I kind of am, honestly. Like I've been watching lately I watched Love Island a little bit. That was like about last year, but I started watching this show called Below Deck. It's like Below Deck. I've been watching Hell's Kitchen. Me and Willie have been watching 60 Days In a lot while we were here so far. So I kind of like shows like that. It's like reality TV, but it's somewhat real still a little bit. So I've been trying to learn a little bit about cooking. So getting to watch Hell's Kitchen, it's pretty funny watching that. So
do you have a signature dish?
Yeah, I guess my signature dish, it's not anything like crazy or anything, but it's just like a grilled chicken pasta. And I love garlic, so I just put an absurd amount of garlic on everything. So that's probably my signature dish. I can't really make anything more than that. I'm not that talented.
All right, so we've established that you love ice cream over the years. What is your favorite? Okay, so they're knocking on my hotel door. Should I go see who it is? People keep knocking. 1 second. All right, let's see who it is. All right, we got that solved. They were trying to come in and clean out the room, and I very much appreciate that. But we can't interrupt Just Hanging. All right, so we know that you love ice cream. Favorite ice cream topping?
Favorite ice cream topping? You know what, man? I just like always go with sprinkles, and it's usually rainbow sprinkles. I just love rainbow sprinkles. I don't know why. I think it makes it look cool, and it tastes a little. You don't really taste it too much, but it tastes good. So I usually go with like sprinkles, honestly.
Okay.
I know that's like lame. That's a lame answer, but I don't really like to put too much on my ice creams. I don't want to like overdo it or ruin it. That's just how I am. So I think sprinkles is like a good amount to kind of change it, but not change the ice cream texture too much.
I was going to ask, because like sprinkles are cool, and I do think they look great, especially like on the advertisements when you go into the ice cream shop. But if you're looking for like an addition to the flavor, sprinkles isn't really going to do that.
Right. Right. Yeah. And that's what I usually I don't really like changing the flavor too much. I'll do, chocolate syrup. I used to do that put that all the time when I was younger on my ice cream. But, I don't know, like usually if I'm just going like a Cold Stone, I'll get like, like a typical ice cream, cookie dough or brownie ice cream, and then put like rainbow sprinkles on it or something like that. Uh, and so I just try to keep it pretty neutral with that.
No, that makes sense. Okay, so what is something you never want to try again? It could be a food, it could be an activity, something you never want to try again.
Oh man. Whew. Dude, I tried to go so I guess recently like we went to Colorado and we went to Vail and I just figured, snowboarding or whatever. I really wasn't gonna get too into it, but I just wanted to get on the board and just see what happened. Maybe I can just go down a hill. Dude, I couldn't even get on the freaking board. And like after 10 minutes, I was just like, this isn't gonna work. Like either I'm gonna get hurt or like I'm gonna look like a complete idiot. So like I couldn't even stand up really on the board and even get down the hill. I'm not really like an extreme sport type person. I can never like skateboard or anything. So I'm thinking snowboarding's not in my future anytime soon. And as long as I'm playing baseball, I think it needs to stay that way because I'm not trying to get hurt in the off season and have to, miss any games.
All right, I think that's a good idea. All right, if you could have one question answered and you're like guaranteed the truth. So there's no hiding, no fudging the whatever. What question would you ask?
Wow. Dude, that's a crazy question. I would want to know like, oh man, how the were there really okay, hold on. Maybe I'm between two now because like I don't want to get too deep with this answer, but like so I'm just gonna go with like, do you think dinosaurs were real? Do you think that was a real thing? Like that's what I want to know. Like, was that actually a real part of the world at one point? Do you think dinosaurs were real? I want to know, like, if that was all made up or not. Like, do you think that was a real thing, like dinosaurs
We got the
back
fossil,
in the day?
right?
Yeah, I guess, but like, I don't know. I guess they can like build fossils, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I remember I was like watching this video game the one time, and they're like talking about it was like a dinosaur video game, and I was like, I wonder if like I don't know, like I could never just see them walking around the earth like that. So I guess in part with that answer would be like how the world was really like created. How was it really created? I think
Yeah.
that's the true answer. So,
What's your
but
favorite
also, I mean,
dinosaur?
I would like to know if dinosaurs are real because that's crazy if they were walking around the earth like that.
Which is your favorite dinosaur?
Um, I guess I'd like. I think I'm like a basic dude, so I just go with like T-Rex. I think he, you grow up watching so much stuff and T-Rex is in so many like cartoons and stuff that you kind of like grow up like that's really the only dinosaur that you really know of, and I think it was probably one of the most dangerous ones. So I'd want to have him on my side.
You'd be safe if you were a T-Rex. People wouldn't be hunting you. You'd be hunting them. Uh,
Yeah, exactly.
all right. Among people you've worked with, and for you, I'd say teammates, coaches, staff, people you've worked with. Who's someone you really admire and why?
Man, there's a lot of people that I admire in our organization. I think one of the big ones for me would be Tony Beasley. He's actually our outfield coach now, but he was an infield coach while I was in the infield too. But I think for me, it's him. He battled cancer, the one year, and he made it through. And I remember just going to visit him. I went on the went on while we were here in Arizona. I went to a cancer treatment with him and had to see him go through this whole process and just the way he, how positive he stayed the whole time. And he never ever brings any negative energy. He never ever is like not positive about things. So I think for me, it's like somebody that I look up to and like somebody I'm excited to see every day. And so I got to say Tony Beasley, just what he's been through and just the positivity he continues to shine. It's amazing to work with him, and I'm like honestly so grateful to do it.
It really is like that. I'll never forget Clubhouse 2016. Prince Fielder and Adrian, I think it was those two who instigated it. They got Bees on FaceTime so that he could be a part of the clinching celebration in Oakland.
Yeah.
That was a really cool moment.
Yeah.
Like, makes you realize
awesome.
the bonds and whatnot. All right. We discussed on the very first Just Hanging your love for Chipotle and how you had the Chipotle like Legends card or whatever it was. I forget what it's called. What is something that you would love to get, like one of those lifetime for free cards? Like what product or food or something? Like it's either like a lifetime of this for free or it's like 50% off if it's something like totally unrealistic to get for free.
Yeah, I mean, jeez, I would say like it probably. And it's funny because you brought up Chipotle. Like I literally just ate Chipotle 20 minutes ago. And then they had it at the field last night for spread because we were on the road in San Fran. So I actually ate it last night too. So I've gone back to back Chipotle. So I'm a diehard Chipotle fan. So it ain't fake. But yeah, I think I want to say like maybe I'd do something with like my life. I'm not really a full grown up yet, so I don't have to do any like. Most people would be like saying some actual stuff that would help them out in life. I think for me it would be something to do with like video games or something like free video games for the rest of my life or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool because video games and gaming is kind of expensive now. So
yeah,
I think that would help a lot, save some money.
I think free video games and free systems for life is totally. I mean, that seems like that's a very fun and appropriate answer. And then, you said you're not an adult yet, but like when you have kids, they can benefit from it. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Practically, I like it. All right. I want to bring something up to you that I don't know if anyone else would agree with me, but when I go to a restaurant and I've never been there and I want to try, like I'm looking at the menu and like this looks good, that looks good, this looks good. But like, I'm not positive like the serving size or is it what I'm envisioning? I think that all restaurants should have a display of each main entree because you can get duped. And this is not a question. I guess I want to know your thoughts on this.
Dude, hey, you're preaching to the choir here because I'm like, I go through Yelp on every single restaurant I go to. And I will literally sit at that restaurant as I'm looking at the menu and I'll be going through the Yelp photos of like the food. And so Yelp is, I guess if people don't know what Yelp is obviously it's an app that you can review restaurants and you can post pictures of the food that you get. So I will be sitting at this restaurant, going through the pictures, trying to figure out what I think looks good because, on the menu, some menus don't have any pictures of the food and you're kind of just winging it. So yeah. I'm very people that are around me, they notice like I'm very like particular about like when I'm going to a restaurant, I want to review this restaurant and like kind of figure out, am I going to like this place or not? I don't really like wing it. And even with shows, like I'll look up and best seasons of Hell's Kitchen, for instance, and I'll like watch those seasons, the ones that are the best, because I don't want to waste time, watching the ones that aren't good.
Yeah.
So trust me, I'm the same way with it. I do my research before I get to a restaurant. I'll probably know the whole menu before I get there.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way. And some people say it's like you're taking the mystery out of it. Like I don't want the mystery of opening the menu and not wanting a single thing on the menu. Like,
right.
I'm totally okay sacrificing the mystery to know going into it. Like I'm pumped about this meal or that meal.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. Like the mystery is cool every once in a while, like, all right, we're going to a wedding party. Let's see what's up with this restaurant. Yeah. Okay. But like, if I'm going to a nice dinner and I'm spending money on it, like I want to make sure I'm going to like the food and the ambiance or wherever I'm going to be. So, no, I agree with you with that.
Okay. What's something that's always in your refrigerator?
Easy answer, I guess, is water, but because we steal like water bottles from the field like crazy. So our whole fridge is just packed with water. But I usually keep ice cream on me. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, but that's like the
Freezer.
freezer, huh?
Yeah.
Oof. Okay, then fridge, yogurt. I'd
Yogurt.
say yogurt. Yeah, usually like those protein yogurts. I usually keep in there now, and I steal some from the field, so they're easy to get.
What do you eat during a game?
Like actually while I'm in the game.
Yeah, do you ever snack during the game to just like boost
Well,
the energy or something?
yeah. So they have they'll have like protein bars out there. They'll have like Cliff bars type things. Uh, Before COVID, I used to absolutely crush pumpkin seeds out in the outfield, and like they're in the dugout, like it was a problem. Like I ate like bags of them. Now we're not allowed to have any seeds, so I can't do the whole seed thing.
Wait,
I
because
don't
of the saliva, like when you spit it out? Like what?
I guess so. I guess we're not allowed to have seeds. I might just start bringing my own because I don't really know. I thought I saw people eating seeds before, but I don't know. They got taken out of the dugouts when COVID happened. But yeah, usually there's protein bars in there and stuff like that, and or I'll have a banana just for like cramping and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but I
Taylor
always have gum in.
Taylor Hearn told me he'll have 2 Snickers during a game, like when he pitches.
Really?
That seems not nutritious, but really tasty.
Yeah, kind of jealous, but yeah, I don't know if I could do that. I mean, I guess those guys they pitch once every 5 days, so they're
Yeah,
not
they do.
eh. If I
What,
if I had 2 Snickers bars every day I played, I'd be I'd be DHing for sure next year.
yeah. All right. Give me an impression of any of your new teammates.
An impression?
Yeah. Or impersonation, impression.
Oh man. What new teammates? Okay, Doll's pretty.
Yeah, that's your boy.
Yeah, that's my boy. Are you saying like you want me to act out something that they
Yeah.
do?
And it could be flat. It doesn't have to, be like you're totally ripping them. Like last year, I think you did the Okur for Guzzi or whatever. But anything
Yeah.
that comes, anything defining.
I mean, I guess I haven't been around them too much, but I think for me, it's just Doll always like he's very in depth with his swing and stuff. He's always thinking about his swing. He's always talking about his swing. So I don't know. He'll just be like coming to the field. He'll be at the field like, man, I just don't. My swing doesn't feel right now. I don't, dude. I don't know. I think my hands are a little too low. I don't. I might try this out. This guy was doing this the other day. He got a couple hits. I might try this out. So he's always just talking about hitting. You're like, damn, man. Like I feel good right now. I don't want to talk about hitting. I don't want to talk about hitting. But I actually gotta admit, like he's very he talks about hitting a lot. But he's very smart about it. He does like he's doing the virtual reality stuff. I don't know if you guys saw that on his Instagram or Twitter. And then he ended up getting friggin' 3 hits off the guy. So I think our whole team's gonna have to start doing that. But no, he's very passionate about hitting and stuff like that. So I try to think less. So I'm gonna have to like there's like a barrier that we're gonna have to have. Yeah.
You guys balance each other out really well.
Yeah, no, it was like last game we played. We both got on base 4 times. It was a lot of fun. I like him hitting in front of me. I think it's a good addition to our team.
Okay, either or, and then teammate identification, and then that will be it for the 4th episode of Just Hanging with Joey Gallo. Lemon or lime?
Lime.
Sweatpants or like dry fit t-shirts?
Oh man, that's tough now. I'll probably go with I don't wear sweatpants too much, but I do like wearing them, but I have to go the dry fit. I think at least the dry fits we get as the team, they're pretty nice.
Yeah. Would you rather be a big play wide receiver or a big hitting linebacker?
Ooh. I would rather be a big play wide receiver just for the fame and publicity and stuff. But if I was like, if it was me, I'd probably end up being a big hit linebacker because I'm a lot bigger. I don't think I can outrun any cornerbacks anytime soon.
You'd be like a really good tight end though, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. I really do wish I like pursued football a little bit just to see, because I think tight end I would have been pretty good at, to be honest with you.
I know you're a Gold Glove outfielder, but can you would you say you have good hands for catching a football?
Yeah. Yeah. I have good hands and my hands are big.
Yeah.
I'm like a 2X glove. So like, I think I'd be able to make those one-handed catches and whatnot. So, I have good hand-eye in terms of like catching anything. So I think I'd be all right.
Okay. Would you rather have breakfast for dinner or like late night, post dinner, midnight, 1 a.m. pizza?
We have to do the late night pizza a lot, honestly, during the season. But I like breakfast at any time of the day.
Yeah, me too.
So I would say breakfast at night. Sometimes I whip up eggs and bacon and stuff like that after a game, if the spread wasn't too good. So I love making breakfast.
Blackjack or craps?
Blackjack for me. I'm from Las Vegas. I really don't gamble that much, but if I do, it'll be blackjack.
Would you rather be a figure skater or a gymnast?
I think gymnast. I think yeah. I feel like when you're like a badass gymnast, you get a little more praise than the I can't really name too many like figure skaters or anything, but I think gymnasts they're pretty cool and they're like jacked too.
Yeah. All right, teammate identification. So anyone currently in that big league camp clubhouse, nicest.
What'd you say? Which one?
Nicest.
Nicest. Gibby's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Gibby's really nice, but also Leclerc is like ridiculously nice too. So I might actually have to go Leclerc on that. Okay. Jose Leclerc is he's I've never seen him get mad or or make anybody angry ever. So I think I gotta go with him.
All right, funniest.
I would hope me. I would hope me, but Goozy. I'd say Goozy. I might be biased on that because I spend a lot of time with him, but I think he's hilarious.
Best athlete.
Eli White.
Yeah. Eli
White is man, that guy can fly. He can jump like he's got to have a 40+ vert. I mean, it's unbelievable how athletic he is. I love watching him hit a ground ball selfishly just so I can see him run down the line because he's like it's unbelievable how he's like he runs like a running back down the line. So I got to go with him. Not even close.
Person most likely to fire you up with a good pregame speech.
I'm gonna go. I gotta go. I think I'm gonna go with either Trevino or Rugi. Rugi, I probably wouldn't understand half of it, but I would know it. I would know it's firing me up a little bit. Rugi has like that grit and that energy. He just loves he's just like a dirty dude, man. He just loves just like grinding every day and playing baseball. So I think he'd have a good speech. And Trevino's smart. I think he'd probably pull out like a speech from one of those movies or something and make it sound legit. So one of those two I think would be really good at that.
Joey, just hanging. It's always a pleasure. Thanks so much for making this happen.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me again.